Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that's not altogether that old, but they are absolute classics. As you can see the title, we are looking at the 2013 release by Mattel from their Masters of the Universe classic series of action figures. And this particular set we're looking at today is a double pack, and it includes Rokon and Stonedar. Now, Rokon was a young heroic battling Boulder, and Stonedar was a heroic leader of the Comet Warriors. And these particular figures were, or these characters were the ones that could turn themselves into rock, basically. And you've got all the components with these figures to actually turn them into a rock boulder. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in. And you can see at the top, it's got Master of the Universe Classics, and you can see the logo there. You've got Rokon at the bottom, and it says Young Heroic Battling Boulder figure, and Stonedar, Heroic Leader of the Comet Warriors figure. And you've got it's for the adult collectors, which you can see on the right-hand corner there. Okay, that's the front of the box. Yeah, not much more to say about the front. Let's turn it around and have a look what we got printed on the back. So I'll turn the box around. This is what we got on the back. So it says Masters of the Universe Classics, collect them all. And you've got Mossman, Heroic Spy and Master of Camouflage. Fisto, Heroic Hand-to-Hand Fighter. Mechanic, Heroic Human Periscope. Battle Armor He-Man, most powerful man in the universe. And obviously the two are Rokon and Stonedar. And okay, so we've got some bios at the bottom here. Let's just pull this forward and have a read of these bios. So Rokon, Young Heroic Battling Boulder. Real name, Rokon. Rocked from his stationary orbit patrol by a light storm from Horde World, Rokon was part of a brigade of Comet Warriors thrown across the universe. Arriving on Eternia along with his leader Stonedar, Rokon quickly allied with the Masters of the Universe, eager to defeat those who strove to enslave his people. Along with others of his race, Rokon can transform into a mighty meteorite to roll into battle and surprise attackers. His rocky body can deflect laser blasts as he bursts forth to aid the heroic warriors in the heart of a battle. And Stonedar, Heroic Leader of the Comet Warriors, real name Stonedar, from the heart of the Horde Empire. Annalus Kerr unleashed a powerful light storm which drove the Comet Warriors from their orbit and hurled them through space. Blustering through several untamed star bands, several Comet Warriors, including Stonedar, their heroic leader, arrived on the magical planet of Eternia. Part of a peaceful clan that shies away from conflict of any kind, Stonedar quickly realized some evil needed to be fought, and allied himself with his warriors with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Stonedar can use his blazing armor to temporarily blind attackers in battle. When the rock people are in danger, he transformed into his boulder form to drive back the enemy. It says each sold separate, subject to availability. Colours and decorations may vary. Some figures may no longer be available. And you've got the matedcollector.com at the bottom there. So that is the back of the box. Let's just turn the box to the side, because I did notice there was something on the side there. I just wanted to have a look at that. So it says, Principal Boulder transforms into Master of Defense. There you go. So that's what you transform into, is a big meteorite. And on the other side, we've got Invincible. Boulder transforms into Mighty Warrior. There we go. So that is the boulder. And if you can see in the box, you can see their accessories are the boulders. So let's have a look at the figures themselves. Now, each of these figures are the usual Masters of the Universe. These are 7-inch tall figures, or what's that, 18 yeah, just under about 18 centimeters tall each figure. Highly detailed again, with great articulation as always with these figures. Now these figures also come with their standard weaponry. I'm getting a lot of light off of this. I'm just going to have a quick look at the box and see if I can actually open it and take them out without doing any damage to the packaging. Okie dokie, well, I've managed to take the inner packaging out of the box. Unfortunately, I can't take everything else off because it's all still strapped together, as you can see, but I did manage to get this out in one piece, which is great. And you can see that the figures are just absolutely phenomenal. They come with their weapons. So you've got a weapon in that corner and you've got a weapon in that corner. And apparently they plug into the chest units. As you can see, they've got the holes on the chest and the guns actually plug into there. I presume it's where that disc is, that must clip onto the chest units where the disc is. So that's probably how they go on. There's an amazing articulation. The legs, the waist, the knee joints, the feet, the tops of the arms, the elbows, the hands. There's great articulation on both of these figures. They are absolutely incredible figures, as are all of these Master Universe ones. Let's have a look at the detailing there. I mean, look at that. Absolutely phenomenal detailing. And you would expect nothing less from this particular series. These are adult collector figures. They're not, obviously, were never made for children. They were made for the adult collectors. So the detailing has just gone above and beyond. They're absolutely amazing, amazing figures. So the classic series was basically all of the whole universe of Masters of the Universe, and basically the figures were put into the classic series to unite all of the programs to one standard series, basically. So it was basically to unite all the aspects of the Master of the Universe franchise. They put them together. So yeah, I mean, they're just all thrown together from all different storylines, if you like. And they at the back, you've also got those biographical descriptions of each characters, as we read. Okay, so let's have a look at excuse me, my throat is a little bit full. Let's have a look at Stonedar on this side, and there you can see again the detailing is absolutely incredible. I mean, look at that. I mean, these figures do look exactly like the ones from I know they're cartoon characters, but they look exactly right, 100% down to the ground. They are absolutely fantastic. Even the muscles on the legs are just exactly like the characters on the TV screens. They are just absolutely unreal. Absolutely brilliant figure range. And again, these are the boulders. So if you crouch your figures down, their armor here, if you squeeze them up, and that will go onto the front. This particular bit will link onto the front, and it will close them up. So there'd be a complete boulder. So such a good design. Everything's there as you would expect for these characters if you was watching the television series. Just absolutely phenomenal figures. I really can't rate these highly enough. They're so good. But then, as I say, Mattel done absolutely a fantastic job when they started to produce these. They were fabulous. I've got just nothing else I can say about them. Much better than the early figures. So the detailing is incredible, and the articulation out of this world. Accessories second to none, and you've got that wonderful backdrop as well to display your figures on when you take them out of the packaging. So this will be your diorama. The back lot here will be your diorama. So this whole thing will be your display area. This whole plastic actually comes out. I think it's just attached to the back. Yeah, so everything's taped in at the back, and that whole plastic diorama will come away, and then you can remove all of that out of the way, and you've got your backdrop there to display your figures in as you would like. So absolutely fantastic. We're just going to have a quick measure of these just to make sure they are the size they say they are. So we are looking at just over, well actually there's a little bit over 7 inches. This particular one I'd say is about 7.5 inch really. So what does that work out in centimetres? We're looking at closer to 19 centimetres, and that's on Rokon and Stonedar. Yeah, he is actually again getting close on to 19 centimetres, which again is over 7 inches. So size wise they're great. I mean they're quite wide as well, these figures. So you've got 12 centimetres, and let's go for 10 on this side, and you've got 12 centimetres on both. So they're 12 centimetres wide, and they are 19 centimetres tall. So really nice size figures, and look at that on a display. Just imagine what that looked like without the plastic on it, and if they had their guns in their position and their boulders ready to transform into a meteorite or a boulder, whatever you like to call it. Absolutely phenomenal figures. Again, as I say, I can't rank Mattel highly enough. They've done a fantastic job with these particular range of figures. And the great thing about the Classic series is they're releasing pretty much every figure who was ever in the Masters of the Universe series from start to finish. So absolutely brilliant. Well, I say they're releasing them. They did release them because these are all obviously figures are no longer available. They run their series of numbers, and obviously have moved on now to their next wave of figures, or their next big thing, which they're producing now. So these are well gone. So these were produced and available back in 2013, so we're talking 11 years ago. So they've pretty much been out of production for about 10 years, which is where in most people's understanding of vintage, they've got to be out of production for about 10 years, and then they can be classed as a vintage collectible toy. Okay, how well did they do? Well, like all of the Master Universe range, they've done very well. I think the adult collector ones, they never produce the numbers that they produce of the children's toys, obviously, because these are specific for collectors. They're not for children to play with. They're not designed that way, and they really are. In some instances, they just would break if you gave them to a child to play with. They'd pull the bits off and what have you. So they're not designed really for playability at all. They're designed literally to be displayed in a cabinet or on a shelf and look fantastic, which is why the numbers were much lower than what you would expect, and obviously much lower than what would have been produced for a kiddie's toy. So, but obviously they reached the numbers, sold out, and the lines finished, and then they move on to the next wave of figures. As I say, funny thing with action figures, once they've reached the numbers, that's it. The figure's gone, and they never they very rarely bring them back. If they do bring them back, they usually bring them back in a box set or something else, a collaboration of figures, something like that. But they very rarely bring them back as single figures again. Okay, how often do these come up nowadays? Well, to be quite frank with you, they hardly come up on the platforms. Now, I don't know if that's because the quantities were so much lower, or the people that bought them were the collectors and they've been taken out of the boxes and they've been put on display. That's a possibility. Or maybe it's because some of the platforms are making it much more difficult now to list products, the older products that are no longer in their catalogue, because they've deleted them off. The manufacturers have deleted them, So as far as they're concerned, it's finished, and some of the platforms won't allow you to reactivate a discontinued product. So you can't always list unless you create a new product with it, but then you're strapped for what you can show and what you can say because of copyright issues. But that's the way the platforms are moving to these days. So is that part of the reason why they don't come up very often? I don't know. Is it part of the reason because there just wasn't the quantities produced? Again, I don't know. Or is it the fact that everybody who's got them don't want to part with them? That's a good possibility. Because these figures are phenomenal. They really are. I can't, as I say, I can't praise them enough. They're so well done. However, we at Midas Touch have managed to find quite a few of these figures, and they are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, and they are brand spanking new factory sealed figures, which have never been sold. They were we bought out stock from a closed down shop, and in that shop was a whole 2 rows full of Mattel's Masters of the Universe figures. So we have an awful lot of these figures, and as I say, they are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website. And you can get to the Midas Touch website very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this particular set and many other vintage Masters of the Universe action figures, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you won't want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular set of figures. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing these wonderful, amazing figures with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. Bye for now.